These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Everyone's talking about protein lately, but how do you actually get enough of it? Muscle Milk. Muscle Milk has a great tasting new formula with no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or added colors. It's high quality, complete protein designed to support healthy muscles with fewer ingredients than the previous formula and 26 to 42 grams of protein for when you're stuck in meetings or need a post-workout recovery. Available in chocolate, vanilla cream, cookies and cream, and strawberries and cream. Try the new great tasting Muscle Milk today. Available in stores nationwide. Muscle Milk. Protein for all.
Hey weirdos, I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
And it's Listener Tales brought to you by you, for you, from you, and all about you.
Woo!
I fucking love Listener Tales.
I love Listener Tales, and they are getting better and better and better each time, I swear.
They really are.
It's so fun. You guys just keep providing.
You guys just get it. Sorry.
You get it.
I was cleaning my glasses, and then I bonked the arm of my glasses on the microphone.
So there was probably a little clinkety clank.
Ting. Anytime you hear any background noise in the episode, my apologies. Oh, look, it was my fault again.
That was Ash again.
Look, it was me, but it's always me, the background noise.
You know what, though? We have to quickly do another shout out to Debra for being amazing and organizing our Listener Tales for us, because she's an MVP.
Like a straight up hero.
And what's cool is she's organizing these into like episodes for us, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And so helpful. And we don't see them until we read them here.
So then it's like live react.
Yeah, it's a little more fun, a little more on the spot here. So
Deb really said, you could use a hero right now. I could use someone to save.
That's Deb.
And then we said someone like me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Alaina brought that whole ass band into my life.
I did.
All right.
All right.
With that being said... Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
All right. Let's see. What do we got? How about you start?
Oh, I'm starting? Okay.
You start.
Oh, I'm starting?
Oh, you're starting.
All right. This first one is called Patrol Pair Reduced to Scaredy Cops.
I love it.
And the listener would like to stay anonymous.
Anonymous.
It says, hello. For legal reasons, I changed the names in this stories. 1, to save myself from embarrassment, and 2, so that my department sees through me and moves me back to that zone.
Amazing.
All right, cool. I really enjoy listening to your podcast after my own day of true crime. When I hear you describe some shoddy police work, I feel as if my own eyes will get stuck in an eye roll because it hurts my soul. Hearing the negativity around police work and the work they do makes it extremely difficult to do my job, but also it's valid. I can only show that I'm a good one through pushing through stereotypes and continuing to educate myself.
Good for you, man.
I know, that's like big.
That's like really big to admit that like it is a very real problem, but
Yeah.
like the only way to change things is one, to change things, and two, to show that you are a good one.
Exactly. So it says, I'm going to jump right into it. However, keep doing what you're doing. It really does help those of us on the road keep our minds open to the possibilities of being wrong and to take every call as seriously as the last. We are who people can call on their worst day of their lives, and that's our everyday.
Wow.
I love you.
Wow, we need like all of you. And you on every department
Ever.
multiplied times a million.
Let's just multiply you.
Yeah.
So, as I said, for legal reasons, my name is Jane and my partner's name is John. We are the face of our department as the, quote, progressive patrol pair, unquote.
And they stressed like
Please say
quotations.
quotes because these are not my words, as I am a white woman and my partner a black man.
Progressive patrol pair.
Oh, the fact that they say that, like,
Yeah.
come on. We are usually put on high-profile calls so that the department can dote around saying, oh, look how inclusive we are.
Wow.
That's so fucked up. Usually John and I will roll our eyes and refuse to comment and let our PIO, or Public Information Officer, deal with questions. During the Black Lives Matter movements, we were often placed on crowd control duty with the department's goal of bridging a gap between the public and police. Department used inclusion. Not effective. Ugh. John and I are very different. John is very practical and likes to remind me that I can be a little bit emotional, but sue me. We have a hard job and sometimes I take it to heart, but John makes sure we talk about things before we end the shift so that I don't take it home with me.
Oh, that's like
smart.
that's a good relationship.
What a
right there.
supportive partner.
Wow, that's a great partner.
We balance each other out. Me, basic white girl with my PSL enjoyment and constant snacks, and John with his heavy sighs and wishing he had a normal partner. John also likes scary movies, which makes him a bit jumpy, but he also likes to scare me and uses the stereotypical "you die in a movie first" line, which, like, he's not wrong, but I have him, so I'll live.
I'm literally obsessed with the two of you being partners in this. Like,
guys
I
are the
love this.
cutest. I'm
You need
obsessed.
to have your own show.
Oh, how great would that be? Even like based on like the 2 paragraphs I've read, I'm like, yeah,
I'm
let's
like,
get a pilot going.
I gotta see it.
So this particular night, my partner and I got a call to one of the more historic buildings in our zone. It was built sometime in the early 1900s and is still used for its intended purpose, a theater. It's known for break-ins, usually around Halloween, from high schoolers and college kids because, like most old buildings, it do be spooky. Many a call has been from faculty wiring
Faulty.
setting. Yeah. What did I say? Faculty?
Faculty
Oh my
wiring.
goodness. Many a call has been from faulty wiring setting off alarms, trespass, and honestly, even strong wind causing issues in this poor insulated building.
Poor decrepit building.
Aw, poor thing. Naturally, the call for service went out at the witching hour, 3 a.m., and in October.
Amazing.
Ooh. The motion sensor on the commonly broken into second floor that had a tree that kids thought they were clever to use to break in was activated. And with the old creaky original doors on the theater, they weren't known to be necessarily reliable either. We arrived on the scene and the door wasn't disturbed, but we still had the building contact show up and open it up. We made her stay in her car with the doors locked and the lights off while we went in. She was used to these calls and said she should just move into the theater because she might get more sleep in that case. That sucks. John and I began searching the first floor. One of the first things they teach us at the police academy is complacency kills, so we treat it as if it's a break-in. We both have our guns at the low and ready, so not pointed straight out, but titled down, braced against our chests with our flashlights in our non-dominant hand. It leaves us in the position to quickly push out with our gun hand if necessary, but not flag anybody with a loaded gun.
That's smart.
That is smart. We began on the first floor, 1 officer contact and 1 cover. I was cover, whilst John took the lead. We finished searching the first floor, then began to go up the stairs. Now the stairs. It is your typical 1900s staircase, a grand staircase with 2 sides leading up to the second floor. The second floor is where people would enter into the theater and into their seats. We chose to go up to the staircase to the right as the motion sensor that had been tripped was on the left, was on that side of the theater. The theater's upper level is divided into the entrance and the theater Oh my goodness. The theater's upper level is divided into the entrance to the theater and a circular hallway that has offices but loops back into this giant foyer area that the stairs dump out at. John is going up the staircase while I'm going up sideways to keep an eye on our backs. I have one hand tucked onto the back of John's belt so I can feel each stair as we go up, and the other is still holding my firearm. I'm watching the first floor as we're going up to make sure no one tries to sneak up on us as we ascend, when suddenly John stops walking up the stairs. Me, what's up? John, I saw someone dart down the hallway. Me, confused. Why aren't you giving them commands or chasing them? John, well... you know how horror movies happen? Me. John, this isn't a horror movie. We're the real police and you have to go follow that person. John, yeah, but I don't feel good about this. My ancestors are telling me not to chase them.
I'm obsessed with you two. I can't stop.
My ancestors are telling me not to chase them. Me. The law says otherwise. I'm screaming.
You need a show. You need it.
You need one. John finally gets moving and we reach the top of the staircase. John swings in the direction he saw someone when I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. I tell John I see someone, but he's already down the hall. A chill goes down my spine, but in the normal white person in a horror movie fashion, I ignore it.
Of course.
Since the hallway is circular, I make sure to put out on the radio to John that I'm coming around the other side and someone is heading his way. He keys up and acknowledges me, and we begin to work towards each other. As I make a turn, I see a figure standing near the sensor that went off. I couldn't make out any distinguishing features, which is weird because the moon is full and lighting the whole hallway. I get chills and begin to believe John and his ancestral warning that I would in fact die in a horror movie. I began with the normal police commands. Put your hands where I can see them. When they turned and ran down the hall toward where John would be coming from. When I say it ran, it flew. Like I can't even begin to describe how quickly it moved without making a single noise.
I'm worried for you.
I am so worried for you. Ugh. I was creeped the fuck out. But I'm the police. I'm an army veteran.
Hell yeah.
Mama didn't raise no bitch. I'm obsessed with you. I broke out into a run when I ran. I just can't stop laughing. Mama didn't raise no bitch.
I want to meet the two of you so bad right now. I'm just like, man, I have pictures in my head and I need to know if it matches.
Right. I broke out into a run when I ran headlong into my partner around the curve of the hallway. We crashed to the floor as unceremoniously as two police with their guns, flashlights, and all their equipment might appear.
This is amazing.
It was not unlike turtles flipping onto their backs, unable to get up.
Amazing.
John said he saw someone running my way, and I said the same thing. We looked at each other and decided to nope on out of there. Another unit had showed up since it was a big building, and we heard them from where we were coming in and calling for us on the radio. We quickly unfucked ourselves, finished searching without closing our brush with a dark figure that led us straight at each other. We never found anyone inside the theater. John still gives me shit to this very day about how I would die in a horror movie, and I always recant that he'd die with me because he's my partner.
There you go.
I forgot to mention that the week before, I had been called out to the theater for a costume designer falling off a ladder and bleeding massively from the head. Oh, that's horrific. Ugh. If anyone knows about head wounds, they know they bleed a lot for dramatic effect, but they can be serious. When I got there and began to render aid, the woman who fell was diligent that she was pushed. Ooh, I hate that. She had been on a ladder putting costumes away on the tallest hanging rack, which was about about 15 feet off the floor, when suddenly she felt someone's hand on her shoulder pushing her. For a split second, she had forgotten that she was on a ladder, took a step to the side because of the force from the push, and ended up falling.
Wow.
I had chalked it up to a costume swinging when she hung another one up. With costumes being all shapes and sizes, one was bound to have moved while she was moving things. She was so adamant about being pushed, but I chalked it up to the profusely bleeding head wound and the fact that I could see the white of her skull.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll always do it. She definitely had a concussion, and I made sure to hold her head closed while she was ranting about the push. John and I had a conversation with our eyes at each other over the top of her head, agreeing that there was no way someone pushed her, and made sure she got on the ambulance for care. Later, John told me he never heard my radio chatter about coming around the bend that night and never acknowledged me on the radio either. When I say I got full body chills, I got full body chills.
What was that?
And how did it block you from hearing each other? And it was fucking with you because you saw it running toward each of you in a different direction.
It was trying to make you run to help the other person.
Right.
And scare the shit out of you.
So spooky.
Yeah.
We called 10-8, which is back in service, and vowed never to take their call again. One time, a call for service went out and we were dispatched, but we have a code for when someone is on the shitter, and we called that out, and another unit picked it up. Amazing. Desperate times and all.
I feel you.
We did end up being moved to a higher call area not long after, so avoiding that building was soon a thing of the past. So stay weird, but not so weird that you discount your partner's ancestral warning about the spookies in a building, and remember that you're part of a population that gets killed off in horror movies first for a reason.
That's right.
P.S. If you guys ever want a police officer on an episode or want some insight on why some things might happen in a certain way, I would love to help out. I don't know all laws across all states, but overarching themes in law enforcement are unanimous.
That's amazing. And dink, just put it in the back of my head.
Put that in the back of my head too.
Thank you.
PPS, I do want to put out there that there are a lot of good officers on the road. When I went to the police academy, there were a lot of like-minded people like me who want to change the narrative. Policing is a constant battle, and the battle happens within. I have plenty of good tales and some bad from within the ranks. However, I will leave you with this. Good cops are on the rise and are getting rid of the bad ones. We won't stand for it. The us versus them mentality was that was prevalent in old policing isn't how things are done. And a lot of good people are out there fighting the good fight. I'll be submitting another tale in the future about what my department did that ended up getting me to quit the road and pursue my education to make changes on a policy level.
Hell yeah.
No tolerating the bullshit. Let's get to it on the larger scale so that no one can hide. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm so sorry this was so long. I appreciate your time and your podcast. You keep doing what you're doing.
For real.
Never be so sorry that it's long, and we appreciate you and all your service.
And the fact that you're sitting there being like, we're not going to stand for it and we're going to change things, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because that needs to be done and you're doing it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing.
That really is.
And I'm so obsessed with the two of you.
I need a show.
I was watching it like a movie in my head. Like I could see this theater. I could see the moonlight lighting up the hallway. I saw them bang into each other and fall down on the floor.
And like going up the stairs as like her hand is like in his like back, like holding on to him.
I was so into it.
I love it.
Oh, I'm so into it, man. All right, let's get into the next one. Thank you so much for that. So this next one is called The Time I Got Fucking Asked Out by a Goddamn Murderer.
Amazing.
There it is. And we got a putafa.
A putafa?
Hey, weirdos. Standard greeting. Love the podcast and your humor. It gives me something to listen to while I drive my infant daughter to and from daycare every morning. Too young? Nah.
Alaina can appreciate that.
I love that. Anyway, I'll get right into it. I went to college at the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri from 2007 to 2011. While being buried in student loan debt, I decided I should probably stop watching Sex and the City reruns while not studying and get myself a job at the beginning of my sophomore year.
Oh, isn't that like the worst realization that you can't watch Sex and the City all day and you do have to get a job?
Always. Everyone's had that realization.
Right.
I started working at a local chain restaurant whose name I won't mention. Hint, think 2 for $20. Not because I have allegiance or anything honorable like that, but because they employed some pretty shady characters.
Oh, man.
When I was a junior or senior, who the fuck knows? This was like 12 years ago. I feel you. I never know like what time period I was what.
I love saying the other day because that could mean anything from 2 days ago to 3 years ago.
Literally. A new cook started there at the restaurant. This wasn't unusual since restaurants in college towns have insanely high turnover rates. We will call this guy Greg, and he was extremely off-putting and very odd. He was one of those people that just made you feel repulsed if he got close to you for fear he hadn't showered in weeks, and he always looked dirty.
Ugh.
His favorite thing to do was to be an inappropriate fuck who thought it was hilarious to harass some of the more innocent and young hostesses. Fuck that guy.
There's always one.
He'd say things like, "When are we going out on a date?" And the poor hostesses would just leave the kitchen so uncomfortable and embarrassed.
Yup.
I've seen that happen so many times. Fuck those men.
I have experienced that so many times working at a restaurant.
So then he starts on me. I'm a strong-willed, no-nonsense type who doesn't put up with anyone's shit.
Yes.
And promptly responded to every disgusting advance with, "Fucking never."
Amazing.
Hell yeah. The dude somehow had a girlfriend, but would say things like, "I'll dump her and go out on a date with you." Barf.
What the hell?
Anyway, we all got kind of used to Greg's disgusting personality because, well, college, and also it's a chain restaurant that paid my rent and often got me cheap drinks after work. So Greg works there for a few months, and it is what it is working with him, and we all kind of ignore his disgusting behavior. He was also a terrible cook, so really the dude had no redeeming qualities or reason for working there. One day, Greg just doesn't show up for work.
Bye.
Not shocking at a restaurant, but slightly unusual for someone who likely is using the service industry as a career. By the way, not throwing shade, I made some great money bartending/serving into my late 20s, but restaurant employees are less than reliable. It's weird, but we all go on with our days until a few days later when we find out why this total douche canoe missed work.
Dun, dun, dun.
From what I remember and understand, this guy decided he wanted to break into his girlfriend's aunt's or grandma's house. I think aunt's, so go with that. And steal God knows what because he's an absolute lowlife. The aunt apparently came home mid-burglary, catching Greg completely off guard. Instead of running or apologizing, the guy shoots her in the head.
Oh my God.
His girlfriend's aunt. The worst part, she didn't die and wasn't found for 3 days.
Oh my God.
But did eventually succumb to her injuries and died 2 days later. If he would have even called the cops anonymously after he shot her, she probably would have survived.
What a piece of fucking garbage.
While this girlfriend's poor aunt is dying in her house, he's squatting at his girlfriend's parents' house acting like nothing is wrong. He literally just killed their family member. The police did piece together what happened quickly and he tried to run, but was caught about an hour outside of Columbia trying to flee. His sentence was originally for second-degree murder, but upgraded to first-degree murder shortly after.
Good.
The gun he used was stolen from the victim's brother. He also got hit with forgery and some other charges for stealing things like checks from the victim. I'm thankful that no one was stupid enough to take him up on his date offer. Even the young, less assertive high school girls. Anytime I think about him, all I can do is think, ew. I'm linking an article to the case which includes a picture of the creep. In addition to this psycho, the chain restaurant employed copious amounts of other creeps, like middle-aged guys, most who were convicted felons, constantly asking 20-year-old females for rides home.
Yep.
A former Marine hit with adultery charges who lied in open military court and was dishonorably discharged for something insane I don't remember the details of. But his wife had to testify against him because of the adultery. And finally, my own sexual assault from inviting a coworker to a well-attended party to be nice, who I had to continue to work with for months after.
I'm
That's fucked.
so sorry you had to go through that.
The job market was trash and I couldn't find employment anywhere else. Trust me, I didn't want to stay, but refused to leave school because of him. Good for you, but like, fuck, you shouldn't have had to go through that.
Yeah, not at all.
Side note, he's in jail for pedophilia and sodomy now. All around classy place. That restaurant. Stay weird and always say no to dates with creeps and murderers and giving rides to middle-aged lowlifes and inviting people to parties to be nice. Samantha,
I'm so sorry that you had to endure a place like that because
that's horrific.
that is just insane.
That's truly horrific that you had to go through all of that. Like, ugh. Oh, God, and he's disgusting.
I didn't even look because I was like, you know what? Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he looks like every dude I ever worked with in a kitchen.
That's exactly how I pictured him, too. And
Yeah.
my goodness. Samantha, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. And then to have to continue working there, which happens to so many people for the exact reason you just said. The job market can be trash.
Yup.
It's hard to get another one, and you got to pay bills. And that sucks that you're put in that position.
Nobody should ever be in
bullshit.
that position.
Ugh, gross.
All right. My next one is called My Crazy Husband Talks to Dead People Listener Tale.
I'm
And
obsessed already.
this listener sent 2 pictures of them and their husband on their wedding day, which like, oh my gosh, you're so gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
And then they also sent a PDFA and a Word document.
Wow, you're out here doing the work.
Doing the work.
Doing all the work, and we appreciate you for it.
We do. It says, hello, Ash and Alaina. My name is Sarah with no H because fuck extra letters.
Hell yeah, Sarah.
You can use my first name. Okay, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
We love you, Sarah, with no H. And I am from, well, everywhere, but I live currently in the back hills of East Tennessee. I will explain in a bit, but I wanted to say I've been a fangirl of the podcast for a few years now, and I love every show. I'm up to date on all episodes. I'm a mother of 3 boys and a full-time caregiver to a kick-ass husband who sees and pisses off dead people. Sorry for the long story, but I know you both won't care. Plus, the new book is going to be awesome, and I can't wait for my copy to come.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
tinyurl.com/butcherandtherend.
Go get it.
Anywho, I'm a country girl from upstate New York who rode horses and played on a farm until I was 8, when my mother and one of my best friends passed away in a car accident that we were all in. That's horrific.
I'm so sorry.
Really sorry. After that, I popped in and out of foster care, but not really having a true family of my own. But I was lucky I had a foster mother who was firm but very caring. At 14, my mother's old friend, who had 3 kids of her own, adopted me as part of their family. Their daughter was in the accident with me and my mom as well, but didn't walk away as lucky as I did. We are still best friends to this day and call each other sisters. I'm sure, as you both know, family doesn't always mean from blood.
That's right.
No way. I continued to ride horses and compete as much as I could through high school, which led to a college scholarship.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I know, for real. Like, for you to overcome losing like 2 of the closest people in your life and still go on and do all that,
Man.
you're great. While at school, I met a guy whom I wasn't really attracted to, but more like drawn to, as I felt safe with him, and he always made me smile, even if I knew he wasn't having a good day. Before you knew it, I was head over heels for this guy. I then found out he was in the military, which isn't a deal breaker because at the time, nothing big was going on in the world, but gave me a second thought as I had abandonment issues from my childhood.
We all remember that time when the military thing was not like, you're going to war.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed right. Oh, wait, did I? Nope, I didn't skip. I thought I did. It seemed right out of the get-go. He only had eyes for me. And even with the hesitations, we got married and quickly got pregnant with my first boy. One day, our lives got turned on its head as so many others did. Yeah, 9/11, 2001. My husband was at school and got a call to head into his unit He was heading for ground zero.
Oh.
I had never seen my husband's personality change so quickly. He was home, packed, and gone in what seemed like seconds. There I was, watching TV, knowing my husband was running to what I could only imagine was a horror show. This led to 7 years of my husband coming and going from Iraq to Afghanistan and who knows where after that. So it is now mid-May 2008, and I have 2 little boys living in a little city house not that far from my sister's and adopted mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so my kids have a parent at home, so they don't feel the void as bad from their dad's deployments. My husband has just started another tour overseas.
That must be so hard.
I can imagine having to get through that.
I give you so much credit because that seems like a lot.
And just wait.
Yeah.
I get a knock on the door midday by a group of men in uniform. It felt like my world stopped and my feet became glued to the floor and I couldn't move. I felt that if I didn't answer the door, whatever they were going to tell me would be true. However, like I was floating, I moved to the door and opened it. 4 men in uniform told me that my husband had been hurt bad overseas and I should pack some clothes and find someone to watch the kids for a few days. I remember saying, okay, but not moving. There was this little old lady who was with them, but not an army person. Let's call her Gail. She came in and helped me calm down and started getting things in order. Gail saved me that day. There was a guy who said that my husband had been blown up in an IED and had been shot, but was okay, stable, and on his way home. But was going to need help getting better.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine getting that news. This somehow calmed me and gave me focus. So I set to work, scooped up his ass, and smothered his ass with love and motivation to get back up and around, which he did ungodly quick, but still needed a bunch of surgeries to get back to quote-unquote normal.
Oh, you're like a true partner.
You really are. During this time, my husband helped his friend clean out a hoarder's house where the guy had been dead for 2 weeks, and the animals ate him to live. Sorry, it gave context to how bad the house was.
You're like, sorry about that. I had to do it.
Yeah. After cleaning the house and completely remodeling it, the family was so happy with how it looked and amazed by my husband's story. They sold us the house crazy cheap and we moved right in.
Oh, man.
Moving into a scary house there.
That's a choice.
With some hesitation on my part, but it was an amazing home.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, man.
This is where things get a little crazy.
Oh, it is? I was
shocking. I'm a heavy sleeper and I can fall asleep anywhere. In contrast, my husband is a light sleeper and will wake up to a mouse farting in the other room. Plus, he doesn't sleep much anymore, so he's up most nights. The house is what they call a split-level ranch, so there are different floors, but not really, if you know what I mean. Yep. I do. Maybe only 4 steps up or down. My husband would be at the kitchen table on the main floor drinking coffee most days when I woke up, so I didn't think anything about it till he looked up at me one day with a straight face and said, "Can you tell Mom to stop touching my feet at night, please? It's keeping me up and she won't listen to me." I stopped dead in my tracks as I wasn't sure what he just said, or maybe I didn't want to believe it. To this I said, "My mom is dead. You know this. Why would she be touching your feet?"
What the fuck?
He then said, "Well, she doesn't like the fact that I'm not treating you right and you needed to stay in college."
What?
This just hit me as odd, but I thought he was just fucking with me. So I said, "Okay, if that's my mom, explain what she looked like." Then he described her exactly how she looked the day of the accident.
Wow.
Down to the clothes, hair, and her way of speaking. There's no way he would have known that, as I don't speak of my accident to anybody ever. Plus, I have few photos of my mom because most were lost in foster care. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I know, that just hurt my heart.
To which I said, fuck this, I haven't even had my coffee yet, and walked into the kitchen. Later in the day, I asked if he sees more dead people around the house, to which he said, shit, yeah, this place is loaded.
Oh my God, what?
I love that he said, shit, yeah.
He's like, oh shit, yeah. This place is loaded. Which, like, I'm not shocked.
No, not at all. Shortly after, things started to escalate. Matchbox cars were getting tossed at my kids in their bedroom. Doors were opening and shutting. But the scariest thing ever is when my kids told me there was a guy in our shower, so they didn't want to be in there alone.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No guys in the shower.
I had had enough at this point, so I went and got a person who I knew was sensitive to the other side and didn't tell her anything about the place other than to come over. I'd like her to do a reading. The nice lady, Sandy, got out of her car and we all met in the driveway, and she looked at my husband and said, "You see them, don't you?"
Oh.
This is a movie.
My God.
To which he smiled and said, "Hold your shit, lady. You're in for a ride."
Your husband is my favorite.
I love it.
That's amazing. What a way to answer both of those things.
Right.
Shit, yeah, this place is loaded.
And hold your shit, lady.
Hold your shit, lady. You're in for a ride.
I love it. Then she just turned around and walked in. Sandy made it to the doorway and noped the hell on out. I figured I would never hear from her again, but just a day later she called me to ask if she could come back with some friends to help. To which I said, sure, let's make this a real freak show.
Yeah, why not?
About a week later, and so many more odd shit going on, Sandy came back, but with a van full of people. Like, no shit, 8 people.
A real fucking van of people.
Her daughter, who was about 18 years old, a priest with a helper, a full fucking film crew of ghost hunters.
Oh my God.
Not the show people. The first thing I did was take the kids next door to a friend's house, as they didn't really need to see any of this.
No.
The priest blessed the doorway as my husband sat at the table, laughing, saying, "You're really pissing them off now."
Oh my God, your husband is such a hot shit. I love it.
The ghost hunter... I just picture him at the table like, ooh, you fucked up now, priesty.
You guys pissed him off.
The ghost hunter moves into the house and starts planting cameras all over the kids' rooms, basement, and living room, so it looked like some Big Brother stuff was going on. Once that was done, Sandy walked in and beelined it for my husband and said, "Why did you bring them back? You brought both of them back."
What?
Sandy then went on to explain the spirits of 2 brothers that met my husband on the battlefield and had not fared well in the encounter. They apparently attached to him, or what we found out later, something he brought back with him. Nothing gross. My husband has a hard time with emotions and knowing when and what to say due to his head injury, so if he thinks it, it comes out. He then looked at the stairs and laughed and said, "Pussies." Oh man. God. Sorry, but it struck the spirits about as well as it struck you both, I bet. The chandelier started swinging slightly.
Holy shit.
And we heard footsteps upstairs, which is only about 6 feet from where we were all standing. My husband then told Sandy, wait till you hear about how, quote, Buzz, the old owner, got murdered here. Crazy ex-wife wanted his life insurance. Even burned the new will in the fireplace in the living room.
Stop.
The ghost hunters and Sandy walked around for the rest of the night, getting cars thrown at them and hearing footsteps. The next day, the priest blessed the house, put salt on the windowsills, not sure why, and then hung reed crossed above every door. I can say things slowed down, but never really stopped. Mainly the bad things stopped, but my husband still talked to my mom, which I take as a sign of her checking up on me from time to time and keeping my husband's ass in line, lol.
Yeah, Mom.
Hell yeah, mama. The kids still would see a little girl jumping on their beds or wake up with her sitting on their beds.
Woof.
Sandy said she was harmless and just to play, so we left toys out every day when the kids went to school for her to play with.
Oh, that's really nice of you.
The brother left once we found out what they were attached to and got rid of it. We have since moved on from that house as my husband got a job that accommodates his needs. We welcomed our 3rd boy shortly before moving out. Not sure how that happened, as he is, let's say, fixed. Amazing. However, my mom always knew I wanted 3 boys. Oh, so she worked it. I love it.
She worked it.
Thanks for taking the time to read my story, and I hope you keep it weird, but not so weird that you move into a murder house and have your husband talk to dead people. Bye, Sarah. Sarah. Oh my goodness.
What a hot shit your husband is.
And look how freaking
you are
cute
hilarious.
they are. It's loading. You guys looked gorgeous on your wedding
Stop
day.
it.
Your hair is to die for, and your headband is great, and you and your whole family are the freaking cutest.
Let me see this. Oh my God.
Look at these cuties.
You guys are so cute, all of you.
Oh my goodness.
What a beautiful little fam.
Wow.
Man, thanks for that, Sarah.
That was so
my
great.
God, your house sounds terrifying but hilarious all at the same time.
I'm glad that you don't live there anymore.
I know. All right, moving right along to listener tale. Y'all spooky assholes made a tiddle-peeping ghost decide to divine design my shit.
Tittle peepin' ghost divine designed your shit.
That's right.
Isn't divine design good though? Like it's like divine
Maybe.
design.
I guess we'll find out.
Let's go.
So this says, hey there. In the off chance you read this slightly unhinged fever dream, I've attached it as a 5-page double-spaced 14-point puttifa.
You hero. Also, on the on chance that we read this.
Hell
Is
yeah.
what you meant.
Hell yeah. And it says, P.S. I 100% had to resend this because even though I've listened to all the listener tales, I fucking forgot to put listener tales in the subject line. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you for resending it because
I'm happy
now we're
you
going to read
did.
it. And the name of the puttifa is Puttifa, bitches.
Yeah.
I love it.
You get it.
Hey there, you spectacularly spoopy shits. My name is, yes, you can use it, Emily.
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 If you actually read this on the pod, I'd probably shit my pants. We've made so many people have to get new pants, and I appreciate that.
Sorry about that. Luckily, we've got some new pants that you could get.
We do. Get ready for some merch.
Or maybe by the time you're listening, it already happened.
We're a little confused
We're
about our
releasing it
schedule.
now.
So you know what? You can already have them. That's cool.
Maybe you're wearing them.
I wrote this quick before my self-doubt tried to swoop in. So sorry for any confusing lines or bad grammar. Ever since I started listening to your podcast back in 2020, I was hooked. I loved, and still love, the way that you piece together perfectly honor and respect for the families who have tragically lost loved ones to human wet lettuce, while seamlessly interweaving the most iconic insults I have ever heard in my life. Hence why human wet lettuce has entered my vernacular. Thank you.
Amazing.
I'm telling you, I've not come across another podcast like yours, and I don't believe anyone could ever do a better job than the two of you. Man.
That is the nicest.
That's like really nice.
Thank you. I could think of like maybe 3 to 4 other people that might do a pretty good job.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of other people, but like I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, I just picked 3 to 4.
I was like, yeah, that's
a.
adoration aside, I always tried to stay away from the paranormal episodes because even though I love morbid shit, I'm also a grade A baby bitch who is afraid of just about everything under the sun. When I
too.
listen to the paranormal episodes, you best believe your girl starts to get real suspicious of closet doors, windows, and shit that my husband would like to convince me could never actually contain a spirit that wants to beat the shit out of me, but he's probably wrong.
He could be. That's the thing. It's
He
like
could
you
be.
can't take that chance.
Yeah, you can't. You really can't. Still, because I was plowing through your content like fucking BTK plowing through pictures of himself tied to a fucking tree, I had to hop into the
Yikes.
paranormal shit. I started innocently enough listening to spooky roads and listener tales with hauntings that I made a grave error. I never used headphones to prevent spooky shits from hearing what I can only imagine is a green light for the paranormal.
Ruh-roh.
I had been doing this for a while before I started noticing anything. One day, I was listening to y'all be the iconic women that you are. I love you.
Stop it.
While cleaning my kitchen. I actually want to say it was a listener tale where someone was living in a house across from a cemetery. Because I remember looking out my window to see if a fucking zombie was there, like, yeah, cemetery coming for you too, bitch. See? Irrational fears. I had already unloaded the dishwasher and closed all my cabinets, and then went upstairs to do something that my ADHD brain said was very important.
Do not tell me that all your cabinets were open when you came back.
I'm like waiting.
Or your dishwasher.
When I came back downstairs,
Yeah, no, don't tell me that.
one of the cabinets was wide open. I thought, maybe I'm a dumb bitch.
The amount of times that thought goes through my head on a daily basis. Maybe I'm a dumb bitch. I think that constantly.
But like that's a really good. I think that should be like a shirt. Like,
Maybe I'm a dumb bitch.
But I didn't think too much of it. A couple of days later, I was farting around the kitchen and I hear the pots and pans in the bottom cabinet start scooting around. Sounded like someone had picked one up slightly and maybe shifted them around, but the door remained shut. I thought, maybe the vibration from my feet walking around just shifted stuff in the cabinet close to the ground? Again, dumb bitch doesn't think too much of it. Now you're probably wondering, Emily, you said this ghost is looking at your titties. Pretty sure Martha Stewart is just trying to organize your kitchen. Why are you accusing her of trying to get frisky? Well, even before Home Kid decided they needed to Home Kid. I like that. Even before Home Kid decided they needed to Joanna Gaines my shit, I noticed a particularly cold breeze every time I was in the shower. I checked the vent and fan in the bathroom to see if there were problems, but there were no mechanical way for me to feel a breeze generated from either of those. And the shower is one of those glass enclosures, so air can't really travel anywhere except from the top. This breeze almost comes directly from the middle of the door, like it's floating through the glass. It also doesn't start right away. It's almost at the time I've gotten the right water temperature and closed my eyes that the ghostly cold comes wafting in. I've even asked my husband if he feels it whenever he goes in the shower, and he doesn't. The ghostly homeboy trying to look at my titties. I mean, I don't know whether or not to be flattered, but I'd like some ghostly consent, you know?
I mean, you deserve ghostly consent.
Yeah, you deserve ghostly consent.
Consent in all realms is important.
Right? I think Trid told us that on the Listener Tales episode.
He did.
Maybe you're at this point and think, damn, scaredy bitch got a lot of free time and a big ass imagination.
I don't think that.
But I've got the piece de la resistance.
Ooh.
A few nights ago, I was getting ready for bed while my husband was out of the room gaming. I was all snug as a bug in a rug when I heard a deep voice say as clear as day, "Wake."
No.
I just about shit my nightgown.
I would have shot more than my nightgown. I would have shot everything in the house.
Now I know for sure this is not my husband's voice. And unless my cats learned how to fucking talk, there was no one else in the house that could have said this. So this little ghostly homie not only likes to look at my titties, redecorate my cabinets, but also decided that sleeping was too grand a luxury for me. Needless to say, I did not sleep that night.
I don't blame you.
I don't actually blame you guys for this because let's be real. Who was the dumb fuck that said, no, I don't need to use the headphones. No spooky fuck lives here. And therefore gave them power? This gal. I just gotta find some sage or say the Lord's Prayer like 8 million times to get spicy ghost out of here. Honestly, they haven't really done anything super mean, so I'm kind of okay to just live and let live. But you bet your sweet asses now that I only listen to your podcast with headphones and make sure that I turn the heat up extra high so home ghost does not decide to enter my shower endeavors, as if steamy showers make homeboy less horny. Anyway, maybe you read this and are like, yeah, kid, you just have a drafty house and heavy footsteps that make your cabinets quake. And if so, that's fine.
That make your cabinets quake.
And if so, that's fine. I'd sleep better knowing that y'all don't think I got spooky shit. As far as I'm concerned, you both are the queens of spook. So if you decree it, that's gotta be it. Keep it weird and keep creating art. Emily.
Emily, you're my favorite.
I love it so much. P.S. You don't have to read this on the podcast. You know what? I'm going to.
Too late.
But I just want to say thank you for keeping an open mind on the topic of religion. It makes my blood boil to hear the number of murderous fucks who use religion as a backbone for their malice and hatred. As someone who's trying to follow Jesus, it's really infuriating to hear people use something that you love as a weapon toward hatred and bigotry. Thank you for giving basic love and respect that many times people claiming to be Christians don't even give. Here's to good casting out the negativity. Cheers.
Yay.
Hey, hell yeah.
We try to keep an open mind about most things.
Like we always say, everyone deserves to believe what they want to believe as long as you are not hurting someone else in the process.
Or yourself.
Exactly. So
the
keep
end.
doing it.
Yay.
Emily, we love you. That was beautiful.
Was wonderful.
Truly.
Also, I'm having like a moment where I just want to be like, Emily! Like Thackeray Binks, you know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah, like Thackeray Binks. Every day like Thackeray Binks.
Whew, it's getting hot in here.
That was my awakening, was Thackeray Binks.
Many, many people's awakening.
Thackeray Binks and Jareth. You just really...
I was like, there's no Jareth in Hocus Pocus.
There's not in Hocus Pocus.
I was like, I like went through the characters and I was like, no.
Nope, no Jareth in Hocus Pocus.
And then I was going to say, you mean Max?
No.
All right.
Nope.
Get it?
Yeah, you get it, right?
No, Labyrinth for sure.
Confused?
No. No, I just give off the illusion that I'm always confused.
You know, it happens.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
Well, our next listener tale is from a listener named Bailey.
Bailey.
And we love your name.
Oh, the best name.
The best. And Bailey is also the best person because she wrote, "Hi guys, I've attached my tale as a double-spaced PDF. I hope you're having a wonderful week and I can't wait for the next episode. Thanks for all that you do, Bailey."
Bailey, I hope you're having a fucking awesome week.
Not just an awesome week, a fucking awesome
I hope you're having
week.
the best damn week.
And this tale that Bailey wrote to us is entitled, The One Where My Boyfriend Tries to Sell Me on New England, but instead I experience my first haunting.
Okay.
Which makes sense because New England.
New England. I was going to say that was really just going to happen.
Yeah, it's just, it comes along with the territory.
It should have been part of the selling point, I think. Actually.
Usually it is for most people.
Is.
Bailey.
Bailey. We
All
love
right.
you.
We love you. Hey, spooky ladies. My name is Bailey. Feel free to use my name. Good, because I've used it 452 times at this point.
Many, many times. Thank you, Bailey.
And I feel so thankful my friend introduced me to your show. I also feel thankful for that.
Me too.
I am currently in my first year of vet school, and I always
hell
listen to
yeah.
your podcast while walking my dog, Mia.
Oh,
I've attached a photo of us below. I saw, and she's beautiful.
I love when you guys do that.
I love seeing your dogs and all your animals.
And you.
And you, yeah. She's my very first dog and my best friend in the whole world. I definitely felt pretty lonely when I moved here, especially because my boyfriend, who I was living with beforehand, is stationed across the country.
Aw.
But listening to your podcast made me feel like I'm hanging out with friends. Please never stop going on tangents. They're always my favorite part.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, and then Alaina, just so you're ready. This is hard.
Is this a bubba?
It is. I wanted to say I'm so sorry for your loss of Bailey. I was really glad to hear you had such an amazing veterinary team to support you. I was originally drawn to the career because of my love for animals, but I found that one of my favorite parts of the job is being able to support and build relationships with their owners as well. I always tell people when they lose an animal that I believe a part of their pet lives on in every pet they meet. So if you run into a nice dog on a walk that smiles and wags its, I'm gonna start fucking crying
For real?
right now.
I'm like, you are destroying me in the best way.
If you run into a nice dog on a walk that smiles and wags his tail as you go by, or if you visit your friend and their cat comes to sit in your lap, it's probably Bailey sending you a sweet reminder that she's always watching over you. Oh my God, I miss Bubba so much. I'm like having a moment.
That just like really, that like touched my soul.
I got tears eyes, Bailey.
And now, are you partially Bailey letting me know that everything's fine because you are Bailey?
I kind of think so.
I
Oh
think
my
you
God.
were meant to send this.
As I was reading that, I just had like this horrible feeling in my chest where I was
know.
like, I want to go pet Bubba.
I know, right? See?
Ah.
It happens to me too. I randomly,
know.
the other night it happened where I was just like watching something and I just started to cry and John was like, oh my God, what is
Yeah.
happening? And I was like, I just miss Bailey.
I know, it sucks.
It just hits randomly that you're like, I literally just want to kiss Bubba.
I know. I walked by one of her pictures the other day because there's pictures of her everywhere.
There is.
Which is everything. And
They're
I was just
everywhere.
like, I miss you
yeah, like
so
her
much.
face.
Like, I have lost people in my life that I don't
That I
miss
didn't
nearly
miss
as much as Bubba.
It's true.
I just want her to fart on me again. She always loved farting on me. And then she would get up and she'd sniff the area where she just farted like I did it.
And she would give you this horrified look like, how dare
Like,
you?
why would you do
Like,
that?
you are foul.
Oh.
She just wanna go-
Because, like, whenever you and John would go somewhere, like, she would come to Ma and Papa's with
Yeah.
me. Like, like, with Papa, really. But, like, she'd come in and say goodnight to me, and I just miss her.
Oh, she was just the best.
All right.
It truly is.
Wow, that
Oh,
hurt.
man.
But that was beautiful. That was so beautiful.
And you know what? You are correct. My vet experience with that whole thing was, like, top notch. Would not have it any other way.
No.
Like, top notch.
Oh, wow.
I know.
All right, on to
hit
the
ya.
story. It really did.
Thank you for that, Bailey, because that really was, like, a really sweet thing to say.
I know, because now I'm going to go home and pet Frankie and
Yeah.
Lux and be like, is there a little Bubba inside of you?
Like, is Bubba in there?
Do you have a Bubba in you? I feel like
Everyone
Lux does.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. On to the story. My boyfriend, who is the most handsome and wonderful boy that I have ever met. Oh, why are you just a sweet little mush?
I'm literally obsessed.
He originally grew up in New England and has been trying to sell me on moving there since our first date. He's very into I thought it said skating. He's
I thought you
very
were going to say ska.
No, that's true. He's very into skiing and ice climbing, like frozen waterfalls with axes in hand and spikes on his shoes. So, no, thank you.
He's Kristoff.
He is Kristoff.
I love
Lost
that
in
for
the
you.
woods. I'm definitely more of a free diving, kayaking, reading my book on the beach kind of person.
Damn.
I was going to say, you sound outdoorsy too.
I know.
I'm very much a order sushi and watch Bridgerton on my couch kind of gal.
There you go.
I planned our first vacation as a couple to stay in a beach house, go snorkeling with manatees, visit every zoo in a 2-hour radius. I used to be a zookeeper, so I'm still obsessed.
Oh, you're just the best.
You're so cool. And just generally relax. When it came time for our next one, I knew it was only fair to let him plan it, though I knew where it was going. New England.
Hell
in the
yeah.
dead of winter.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't even ease me into it by starting with a summer trip.
No way.
Honestly, that wouldn't even be easing you into it because it gets hotter than butt down here. It's not down here at all. Over here is what I meant to say. Down here.
Down here.
Down here in New England.
Down here in the Northeast.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
His idea was to go to Connecticut to visit his family, head up to New Hampshire to stay at a cute bed and breakfast, which one, and then end in Vermont at his family's cabin before heading back home. Sounds cute, right?
It does.
Maybe if you're someone that likes wearing 10 layers, then getting hot and taking 5 off, then getting cold again and putting them back on in a vicious cycle that doesn't end until you're in bed. And no matter how hot you get, your feet are always freezing, but you physically cannot go to sleep with socks on without feeling ill.
I totally get that. I cannot sleep with socks on.
No, if you sleep with socks on, you're a murderer. The scenery is nice, though. I can't argue that. Connecticut was quaint, but soon I found myself in New Hampshire. Tim, my boyfriend, had booked us a place at the, I'm from here and I can't even say that, Bernerhof Inn, which, do you know what that is?
No, I don't think I
Bernerhof?
do, actually.
I
I
haven't
probably
heard of it.
know it, but I just don't.
Yeah. It's in a town called Glen, where everything closes at 5 p.m. That's why
Hell
I've
yeah.
never been there. That doesn't sound fun. The inn was absolutely beautiful. Photo below. I looked at that photo and I showed it to you. That is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And the innkeepers were so kind. We were booked in room 8, named the Interval. Or Vale. I don't know. Fast forward through getting settled, and I was starting to feel under the weather. Am I pregnant? I wondered. Old
man.
Faithful as far as my go-to irrational thought whenever my
Old
body
Faithful, I
is
love it.
mildly abnormal. As we're settling in to go to sleep, I started having hot sweats, then cold sweats, then nausea, then sweaty again. To put it simply, I was not in a good way. Tim fell asleep in 2 minutes, as usual, his soft snoring helping me calm down and fall asleep. I don't know if it was a dream or real life, but I must have woken up 5 to 6 times throughout the night, and I kept seeing people in the room. I couldn't make out any details of their bodies or their faces because of the darkness, but I could just tell that they were tending to things in the room. Once I woke up, and someone was, Once I woke up and somebody was fixing the curtains. Another time, someone was soundlessly rearranging the desk. At some point, a fire appeared in the wood stove, even though we purposefully turned it off before going to bed because it was too hot in the room. I figured I was just having a fever dream, so every time I woke up, I closed my eyes and just went back to bed. In the morning, I didn't tell Tim about my weird experience, mostly because we both get freaked out easily and I didn't want to stress him out. We sat down to eat breakfast at the inn and talked about what we had planned for the day. Not much, because I was still feeling terrible. After I took 2 bites of a fruit parfait, I walked over to the souvenir cabinet to see if they sold any kind of cold medicine. The walls were lined with newspaper articles about Bernhof and old photos throughout the years, which Tim was checking out while I searched for anything to hold me over long enough to go on a hike. "Hey, Bae, come check this out," he called from down the hall.
Hey, Bae.
Hey, Bae. I know, I like that your
love
name
that.
doubles as a nickname and like you're his Bae.
Yeah.
I walked over to examine the article he was reading, and my heart dropped into my stomach immediately. There was a relatively old article framed up on the wall with a large vintage photo of a beautiful woman with dark hair and soft features. She was a former innkeeper who took over in 1955, named Claire Zumstein. Upon her death, she decided to take up residence in room 8 of the inn.
Oh.
Guests and workers have reported seeing her and have said she's always been friendly and that they've never felt afraid. At this point, all the color had drained from my face, and Tim noticed, and he thought it was just because I was deathly afraid of ghosts and wouldn't be able to stand the thought of seeing one. Well, Timothy, too late. I quickly told him everything from the night before, and I let him know we will be sleeping with the lights on that night. Fast forward to getting back from our hike, and I turned every light in the room and bathroom on. Wasn't that photo of Claire so beautiful? I say loudly as I walk in the room, hoping to appease her.
Yeah, you gotta let her know. I think you're gorgeous.
Oh my God, honey, was that a new shirt you were wearing.
Your hair.
That is your color. She really turned this place into something special. I can't imagine what it would be like with all the work that she put into it.
Oh my God, that's genius.
Tim is laughing at me at this point, not unkindly. The thing is, I am terrified of everything paranormal. And honestly, most true crime too. I just really like you guys, so I keep listening. But if you ever start to decide another podcast that's more chill, I would definitely sleep better at night, but never stop listening to Morbid.
Well, hey.
But never stop recording Morbid.
Well, hey.
Well, maybe we do have some coming for you.
Hang on to your butt a little bit.
With Claire, though, I didn't feel afraid. Yes, I did sleep with the lights on, and yes, I did request to be the little spoon all night, but I really didn't feel like Claire had any malice toward us. She was just a gal who had put her heart and soul into the inn and loved it enough to stick around so she could continue to care for it.
Honestly, it's sweet.
I know, I think so too.
Yeah.
She even made me a little fire when I was sick.
Wow.
I guess if I was destined to meet a ghost, I was very lucky that it was her. Would I ever go back? Absolutely not. But would I recommend it to others? Yeah, I think you guys would love it.
She's like, fuck yeah, get over there.
She's like,
I will never step foot on that property again, but totally go.
check it out. And look at the dog.
Oh my God, look at that spoof.
You and your dog are
Oh my
adorable.
goodness.
Cuties.
That, I want to go there now.
I very much want to go there.
Can we go there?
We can go there.
We're going to go there. We're going to visit Claire.
It's in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go visit Claire.
Claire.
Bailey, that was really cool.
That
and you're
was.
just like a sweet, kind person. And I'm glad that your boyfriend is also a sweet, kind person. And together you're just sweet and kind and wonderful.
I'm also glad about that.
And I love that you do outdoorsy things together. That's nice. I don't know what that's like, but it's nice.
It's a very, I love that for you.
I love
kind of
that
moment.
for you.
Bless your heart. No, I would never
I think
say that
that's
to you.
like
No, that's
say.
not nice.
We know from our southern listeners that like that is that's a sass.
I want to say bless your heart to somebody like serious.
Like actually use it in the way it's supposed to be used. I know. I feel like there's been many opportunities where I could have used it, but I used like some like really abrasive northeastern thing instead and just been like, get fucked.
I was literally just gonna say like the South, like, oh bless your heart, honey.
I love that it's very like
Ours is not flowery. It's literally
No.
go fuck yourself, guy.
yeah, get fucked, kid.
Fuck right off, you dickhead.
We don't dance around anything up here.
we don't sugarcoat.
Doesn't sound as good.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. I like your way better.
I do too.
Because the bless your heart is just like, ooh.
It's like, ooh, am I being nice or do I want to kick you in the teeth?
Answer. I want to kick you in the teeth.
Always the latter. No, sometimes I'm being nice.
Sometimes.
All right, you want to read the last one?
Do I want to read the last one?
I know I asked you very lightly because I grazed over this.
Do I want to read the last one? It is called Be Careful Who You Befriend on the Web.
That's a tale as old as time.
And I was going to say a great piece of advice for everybody.
All.
Hey, weirdos. I've recently discovered your pod and am obsessed. True crime is my love language, and my husband gets tired of hearing me talk about it. I think he's just worried I could pull off the perfect murder. I think a lot of husbands are.
Definitely.
I wanted to share a story that happened 13 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. I joined an online community of women who were also pregnant due the same month I was. These women were from all over the world, but it was mostly Americans and Canadians in our group. There were about 20 of us, and we talked daily. In the beginning, it was small, innocent stuff. How our pregnancies were going, tips and advice for ailments, birth plans, etc. But as the weeks went on, we got comfortable with each other and shared more personal things. Details about our kids, spouses, jobs, cities, etc. We shared pictures and videos of funny things our kids did. Eventually, we shared phone numbers, social media pages, and home addresses to send things to one another.
No.
We got close. Even though I had never met them in person, they were my sisters.
Aww.
I could tell them anything without judgment and get wonderful advice, and I do the same for them. Don't judge deep conversations about vaginal mucus and constipation. Pregnancy, man. Girl, I get you. Like, the things you will Google while pregnant or trying to get pregnant, it will get you on, like, an FBI watch list, I feel like. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I feel you so hard right now. Okay.
I got to hear all about that when you were preggers.
Certainly did. We talk about the dream to all gather one day and meet. This is like a very precious.
It is.
We'd exchange cards and gifts on Christmas and birthdays. Eventually our babies were born and we kept up the daily banter for years after. That's wonderful. Here comes the murder part. Ooh, okay. When our babies were about 3 years old, that's when all hell broke loose. There was a girl in our group. We'll call her Ashley.
Why you gotta do that?
Why you gotta do that? One day, Ashley posted something along the lines of, "We think we all know each other. I promise you, we don't. Be careful what you say." Chatter immediately started. No one knew what the fuck Ashley was talking about.
There's always that one girl on
There's always
Facebook.
Ashley.
Listen, that's my government name. I don't know. That's like
I
not
didn't
my...
say it was you. I said that's always Ashley.
Yeah, but you looked at me funny.
Right?
My point here is there's always that one girl on Facebook that posts weird, like...
Cryptic shit.
And you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then you go to ask about it, and she's like, I don't know. I can't talk about it right now. And you're like, then get the fuck off social media.
Precisely.
Gosh. Then she posted it. But then she posted it. A news story out of Canada from 1990, where Karla Homolka and her partner, Paul Bernardo, violently raped and killed at least 4 girls, including Karla's 16-year-old sister, Tammy.
Is Ashley Karla Homolka?
More banter and chatter was exchanged until somebody said, "Holy shit, please tell me I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing." A sweet, quiet girl in our group, Emily, looked a lot like the pictures of Karla from the story. It was hard to see at first as the pictures were 22 years old, but you could see it. Eventually, Emily spoke up and confessed everything.
What the fuck?
Emily, formerly Karla Homolka, had been released from prison in 2005 through a plea deal. She changed her name, left Canada, and started a new life. She was married and had 3 children. She told us she never meant to deceive us. She just wanted that part of her life to be in the past.
Oh, yeah. You just wanted that part where you killed your sister to be in the past?
I just want that to be in the past. I don't want people to know
Yeah, I
about
killed your sister and raped 4 other women. Yeah, totally. Just leave that in the past. People change.
At that point, the group was split. Some supported her.
That's wild.
Some wanted her back in jail.
That's me.
About half of the girls left the group completely. That would be me.
Same.
And it fell apart from there.
Bye.
I had never heard of the case, probably because it was in Canada, but mostly because true crime podcasts weren't a thing back then. But when I researched it, I got sick to my stomach. Yes, you did. The details of the case were sickening and made me so torn on where I stood with Emily. Part of me wanted to hug her. Part of me wanted to hurt her. But the weirdest part was knowing how much she knew about me and my family.
Yeah, like she has your fucking address.
Ooh, not that I thought she'd harm us, but that someone that could be capable of so much evil could also be such a lovely person.
Or was that manipulation?
I'm going to go with a manipulation. So there it is. I have not spoken to her since all of that happened, but while listening to true crime podcasts, I'll hear an episode on her story and I can't listen. Because all I can picture is her beautiful family, and the two can't go hand in hand in my brain. I understand that. That
Yeah.
must be wild.
No.
Side note for you massholes. I joined another group on the same website when I was pregnant with my daughter 5 years ago and met my very best friend who lives on Cape Cod. I've been to visit, and I'm a huge fan, especially during spooky season.
Hell yeah.
Keep up the great content and keep it weird, but not so weird that you're casually talking to someone on the internet about yeast infections and how uncomfortable sex is during pregnancy, and then one day find out they're an accused rapist and murderer.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what to say about that. You were in an online mommy group with Karla Homolka. That's terrifying.
That's a 2 truths and a lie moment.
It truly is. But you know what? First, there's like so many levels to that. One, shows you that you don't fucking know people.
Yeah,
on the
catfish,
internet,
hello.
especially on the internet. 2, like the fact that she is just joining mommy groups online.
I can't
And
imagine.
then being like, I didn't want to deceive any of you. And it's like, you know what, girlfriend?
That's the thing. I didn't want to deceive any of you, but I just wanted to deceive you.
I just wanted to deceive you because I wanted that part in the past. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm sure all the loved ones of the people you raped and killed would love nothing more than to go to the past and make that not happen.
Right.
Like,
but it did.
but you just want to forget about it. I'm sure they would love to forget about it as well, but they can't because
Yeah.
you killed people and raped them.
Yeah. Also, just like what in a mommy group like has 3 kids, literally took away other people's children by brutally raping and murdering them. But you have 3 kids.
And I remember reading about like shit, like people at her kids' school suddenly found out that she was there, and then she was trying to volunteer for shit.
I was gonna say.
And then she was like, why can't, like, come on, bitch. Like, you know that you should not be volunteering at a school. I get that you're trying to, like, move on from being an evil monster.
I don't.
Well, I'm saying, like, I understand a monster wanting to move on
Right.
from being a monster.
Right,
Or being
right.
seen as a monster, I suppose. What I don't understand is how you think that includes volunteering at a school, and that you wouldn't understand why parents would be a little fucking uncomfortable with that, considering you drugged, raped, and murdered your own 16-year-old sister. You really can't, like, you really feel like, oh man, everybody's being mean to me. Like, you really don't understand that.
Because that's the thing. I feel like there's so many people that are like, well, it was Paul who made her do that. And I'm like, there are videotapes where she is doing everything that he is doing.
And you know what? That's her fucking sister.
Like, nobody makes you kill your sister.
That's her little sister.
If anybody ever told me to kill you or like anything like that, I wouldn't.
You know what? Thank you for saying that.
I hope that gives you peace.
That. You know what?
Can you say it
back? If
back?
anyone ever told me to kill you, I would say no. And I would not talk to that person anymore.
Peace of mind.
You can like rest easy knowing that I would go snip and they would be out of my life.
No,
talk about ghosting. I would do it.
What?
I would ghost that person. Oh. You were so confused.
I didn't hear ghosted, and I thought you said like a name that ended in stin, such as Justin.
What?
And I was like, did a person named Justin tell you to kill me and you cut them off?
No, it has never happened. I can tell you that.
All right, cool. That's good. That settles my stomach.
Oh man, that was a terrifying one.
Wow, I'm still processing.
Yeah, and I feel bad because you got, unfortunately,
deceived,
manipulated by this woman.
Yeah.
And anybody would.
Of course. I mean, it happened to...
But it's got to be really like a mind fuck to be like, oh shit, I have told her very intimate things about me, my pregnancy, my children, my family, and my life.
Yeah. Wow, that's the ultimate mind fuck right there.
But good for you. You cut the cord and you said goodbye, and that's that. And now you're like, whoo, here's my crazy ass story.
Yeah, boy was that. What an interesting one to end on.
I know, damn.
You guys, we say it every time, but you kill it as usual.
I mean, look at that. Look at what we just read.
Like the cop couple.
Oh my God.
They made my entire life.
The cop partners that need their own show.
Yeah, like the husband that talked to There was a lot of good like boyfriends and husbands.
Yeah, boyfriends, husbands, and partners. Like like just good like twosomes in this.
Yes,
for sure.
Great pairs.
But you know what? There you go. That was the theme of the episode.
Great pairs.
Great pairs.
Listener Tales 41. Great pairs. I don't even know if this is 41. It's probably like 87 at this point.
Just pulling a number out of your ass.
I literally was just like 41. That feels good.
Well, guys,
we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it weird.
But not so weird that you are running into ghost people with each other with your husband, although I think you kind of should do that with your husband because it sounds kind of fun. Not so weird that you get asked out by a murderer at work, but if you work in a restaurant, that might happen to you like on the daily. Don't keep it so weird that your husband starts talking to dead people from when he comes home from combat, because that would be both alarming and a lot to handle. Don't keep it so weird that you are peeping on people's titties in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Do keep it so weird that you bring your partner to New England and hauntify them, and do not keep it so weird that you meet Carla Homolka in a mommy Facebook group.
Yeah. Don't do that. But you really don't have a lot of control over that. But
you don't, but try not to keep it that weird.
Just try not to.
Give it your best go.
Join me, Cyndi Lauper, with Chef Michelle Bernstein and Dr. Panico to talk about psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis, the potential connection and risk of developing permanent joint damage.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis 300 milligram dose and adults with active psoriatic arthritis 150 milligram dose. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur.
Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com/Cindy.
New Lancome Absolute Longevity MD. Backed by 20 years of research and 5 patents, the formulas combine MitoPure, the #1 selling longevity supplement, with Lancome's exclusive skincare compounds. It's designed and clinically measured to work on 2 levels: the visible signs of aging, like elasticity and the look of fine lines, and the invisible ones, like the rate of surface cell renewal happening within the skin. Start your visible biological age reversal at Lancome.com/longevitymd.